here's my new video. So please do like and subscribe to my channel and also click the alert button so you can see whenever I do add any new videos. Thank you for watching and enjoy. Hi everybody and welcome to interview number 2 of my Believe to Succeed interviews. And today I've got the absolute pleasure of interviewing the amazing Laura Hibbert, who is just such an inspiring person, particularly to me, not just within the network marketing industry, but for everything that she wants to achieve in life. And we'll come around to a lot of that during the interview. So hi Laura, and would you be able to do a little introduction to yourself and your background, and yeah, just a bit of an introduction to who you are?
Yeah, of course. So my name's Laura. I'm 24 from Manchester in the UK. I've been doing network marketing now. This will be my third year, which is crazy because it's gone so fast. But before that, my background was actually I was studying law at university. So all of my life, I was kind of pushed into that. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job. That's what was always kind of like engraved into my head from being so young. So that's the path that I went down. It was only when I actually got to university that I was like, this isn't really what I want to do. And I knew that I wanted to work for myself. I knew that I didn't want to get a 9 to 5. Like the thought of a 9 to 5 used to make me feel sick. Like no judge to anyone that does a 9 to 5. I just always
I do it at the minute, but
that wasn't for
it's
me.
not for me.
So I come across, the network marketing opportunity online, and to say it's changed my life has been like, would literally be a complete understatement. Not just what it's done for me, like financially, obviously it's completely changed my life. I'm listed on Business for Home as one of the top earners in the company now. Like I've qualified for the car plan, get $1,000 a month for a car, qualified for success trips, but besides all that, it's just completely changed my life on like a personal level. So when I was at uni, I was completely shy. I had no confidence at all. I literally used to cry having to speak in front of like 3 people in a seminar. It was my worst nightmare. So now I'm just this complete different person. Like I've been able to stand on stage at events and speak in front of 400 people. I've got my own podcast, which I know we're going to talk about. Just so many different things. So I'm so grateful for how it's changed me as a whole, and I'm just in a completely different position now. I'm so blessed, but just in a completely different position to what I was, a few years ago prior to starting network marketing. So for me, it's all the other little things that it's been able to do for me as well. So that's massive for me.
Thank you very much. So you have done some really amazing things, and some of the things that really stand out to me is the fact, yeah, you already mentioned you've get $1,000 a month just to pay for a car, which is just insane. You've also recently bought your first house in
Yes.
Spain, and it's not just a house; it's a and it's your first house, and it's being built for you. So how does that feel?
Honestly, like I feel like it's all me and my partner talk about at the minute is just like the villa. But I just decided I didn't want to live in the UK anymore. So for me, like I hope a lot of people listening to this can relate, but the weather has like a massive impact on my mood.
Yeah.
Obviously, this winter's been really cold, really like snowy, and as soon as the sun comes out, it just puts you in a completely different mood. So for me, I'm literally chasing the sunshine. So yeah, decided to go and buy a villa in Spain to be my first home. Like it's got a pool and everything. It's just honestly, it doesn't even seem real. Like to be able to say that out loud just doesn't seem real at all, because a few years ago, like life wasn't like this. I had no money in the bank at all.
No.
So it really is crazy. But no, I'm so excited. Like we're just ready to go now.
I
Like
bet you are.
so
It's not
to
long though,
start
is it? Is it June, July time you're going to be going?
Yeah, so the house should be finished in June or July. So hopefully, like everything goes to plan, that's when we can go.
Insane. It's just so exciting. So obviously they're really big goals that you've already achieved. So what are your next sort of goals?
So I think once that's out of the way, and we moved in, bought the furniture and everything, then I probably will want to start saving again to get maybe another property as an investment, maybe get some more investments. That's kind of where I see my future going. So I don't just want one stream of income. I don't want just network marketing to be my only stream of income. So like, I'm so grateful for network marketing because it's given me the opportunity to save money to then invest in something else. So I think I would like to go down the property route, and get a few more properties, and just, I don't know, just see where that goes kind of. But those are like my goals. I just want to be able to completely secure like my future by just having multiple streams of income. So for me, that's like my biggest goal after we've moved and sorted everything out there.
Got a good head on your shoulders, I've got to tell you. 24, I was just getting drunk.
I feel a lot older.
Yeah, no, you are wise beyond your years, definitely. I mean, I feel like I'm on a similar level when I'm 36 next, so what's the most important risk that you've taken to get to where you are, and why do you think that risk was the most important?
I think it's probably like trusting your gut and going with something even when everyone else has got a different opinion on it. So obviously, like network marketing, that's literally my whole life. I know that it can get quite a bad stigma attached to it, and I know that when a lot of people join, they do have those negative people in the ear saying, don't do it, you're going to lose money, don't do it, you're not going to get anywhere. So for me, my biggest risk was going against everything that I'd been taught my whole life. So I come from a very normal working class background, been brought up in a little terraced house. Like my mum and dad both work 6 days a week, will work all hours God sends for minimum wage. So they always drilled in my head, go to school, get good grades, get a good job, like I said before. So that's what I did my whole life. And it was only until I got to uni and I was like, I really don't like this. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't know what I actually want to do. I don't know what my passion is. Everyone was like, try and find your passion, like try and find something that you love. And I was like, I don't know what I love. Like, I don't know what I want to do. And I feel like so many people get stuck in that kind of thing where they're like panicking, like, I don't know what to do. So the biggest risk for me was when everyone was saying, right, you've got your law degree now, you need to go and get a job, you need to get a job, you need to get a job, like you need to do something that's going to benefit you for the long run. The biggest risk for me was turning around to everyone and saying, no, that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is network marketing. I've seen other people have success with it, so if they can do it, why can't I do it? I'm probably just running with it whilst I weren't making any money at the start, because I made profit straight away, but then it was pretty much 3 months of making no money, which any entrepreneur will tell you is completely normal. At the start, you've kind of got to work for nothing. So it was probably the biggest risk I took was just trusting in my gut and trusting in myself that I needed to make it work and that I would make it work when everyone else was telling me it's not going to work, people taking the mick out of me, all that kind of stuff. So for me, it was just to trust myself and go for it.
That's
which
amazing.
Is my
Yeah, I think that's the thing for me. It's that having that belief in yourself, and that's a big part of why I want to do these interviews, because
100%.
Just like for me, I've never believed in myself. Well, I used to when I was back when I was about 22. I had a really good job. I had big dreams, and like life just got in the way, and it just chipped away at at how I was feeling. And it's only since starting in network marketing last May that I've started to see that belief in myself again. And like, so to see people like yourself that have come from a similar background to me and come so far in, like, yes, it's 3 years, but it's not a long time in the grand scheme of things. People
No, definitely not.
To get to where they want to be. I mean, in my career at the moment, I'm in a really good place, but for me, that it's not all about the money, the success in your corporate career that you want to achieve certain things. I want to do bigger things. I keep making a joke at the minute. I want to be the next Oprah. I want to do something really big.
Oh, I love that.
Having that belief in yourself, and it's really coming now, and that's why I've been able to sort of do these. So what are you doing to ensure that you're continuing to grow as a person, as a leader?
So I think investing in yourself is something that, like, not not a lot of people do, and it's something that we should all do. So
Mhm.
last year I had like a paid mentor, so that taught me a lot. That got me through like a really good part of my life where I've just felt like I've grown loads. But you don't need to have a mentor specifically who you pay. There's so many different things that you can learn online. I just think as long as you're doing something every single day that is going to progress you, you know, whether it's on your network marketing journey or progress you in like your knowledge or your spirituality, like whatever it is. So for me, it's probably having a good routine every day. And like I'm obsessed with reading at the minute. So this is what I actually spoke about on my podcast today.
Yeah, I listened this morning.
I actually used to just buy all of these books. Like I actually had an addiction to buying books and not reading them, just because I thought, oh, look at me, I've got all these self-help books like stacked next to my bed. Like, look at me, look at all the books, but I wasn't actually reading them. So I probably pick the book up, read like the first chapter, then put it down. So it's only been like this past year, less than a year, that I've decided like, come on, like let's learn every day. So I try to commit to reading a chapter a day. And for me, like that's massive. I know in myself it's really helped me grow. But never stop learning. Like never think that you have finished learning, never think that you're good enough to stop learning. So many different things that you can find online for free. Like there's a free course for everything nowadays.
There is.
So if there's literally any aspects of life that you know you want to go and delve into deeper, whether it be like law of attraction, business, mindset, there's something for completely everything. Podcasts as well. Like for me, I stopped listening. If I was on like a long car journey, I stopped listening to music in the car and I started listening to podcasts, and it just used to give me so many different new ideas that I could then go back and tell my team. And I think that's something that not enough people do, is they just stop learning. So my advice is just go and use like every resource that you've got out there: podcasts, YouTube, books, you know, listening to mentors. If you want to pay a mentor, you know, and be more accountable, then do it. But as long as you keep growing, then you know you're on the right track.
Cool, thank you. I think we'll move on to your podcast now, because I think you've led into that quite nicely. I listened this morning, and
Thank you.
It was amazing. I mean, I tell you every week once I've listened to it, it's just I do think you keep pinpointing subjects that are really helpful to me, and I know it's going to be helping a lot of other people as well. So what's been your driving force behind setting up your podcast?
So I think because I did start listening to podcasts like in the car and stuff, I don't know, just something in me was like, you need to start a podcast. I think because obviously in the company that we're with, I am like a very vocal leader. Like I'm always doing trainings, always, you know, trying to motivate people. And I do genuinely think that that's something that I'm good at. Like I'm not afraid to say, like, I know that I'm good at giving people that kick up the arse, or, you know, telling people what they need to hear that day. If they're having quite a down day, then I'll be there to pick everyone up. So I think because I started to do that in the team, I actually had quite a few different people from different network marketing companies message me saying, can you do some training for my team? Which I don't have like a problem with at all, but I just thought, why not just start a podcast
and help
talk about all things that people want to listen to, and then it gives a chance for everyone to listen to it on one platform. So I think having like the background of me listening to podcasts as well over the past year or however long, just made me think like, oh, imagine having my own podcast. And I've been thinking about doing it for so long, like literally for ages. Like I kept saying to my partner Liam, like, oh, I feel like I want to do a podcast. Imagine if I had my own podcast. And then life kind of got in the way and I just didn't manage to set it up. But you don't even need any equipment. I literally do it all on my phone. Like do it all. Yeah, you don't need anything at all. So I just record everything on my phone. Super easy. Like anyone can set one up. So I just thought, you know what, like I'm going to go for it and just try to inspire as many people as I possibly can. I think for me, over this past year, I've really realised that I don't just want to be a leader in one network marketing company. I want to be a voice for the whole industry, and I want to inspire as many people as I possibly can. So I knew that having a podcast was the next step to doing that, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I can already see like the amount of people that are sharing about your podcast. You're getting a lot of listeners. Did you expect it to blow up that quickly?
To be honest, no. Like, I just thought it was probably going to be people in our company that would listen to it. But I've had so many people from like other companies who have listened and who have shared it, which I'm so, so grateful for. I think I've had like 3,000 like views now. So I think, did I start like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Yeah. You're just in your fourth week, your fourth topic.
Yeah, I think I'm on like 3,000 listeners, and I think maybe like 700 people have like followed it,
Wow.
which is just like crazy. Like when I post one on a Monday and then everyone starts tagging me in the posts, I'm like, oh my God, like it just makes me so happy, you know, to see people actually listening to it. And I am so fortunate that I already had a platform to be able to do this. Like I knew some people were going to listen to it, but I just thought it would be like the odd person in our company. But no, it has blown up bigger than I expected it to, but I just hope it continues to do that.
I'm sure it will, because like I said before, the stuff that you're covering is stuff that it covers a lot that is going to help people within network marketing, but it's stuff that can help people in their lives. I mean, my husband, nightmare in the morning, and he's always tired all day. So today's podcast around the morning routine, and actually, because he listens to me when I'm telling him, because I love the Miracle Morning, and oh my God, Hal Elrod actually liked my post yesterday. I was like buzzing.
I know, I saw that. It's crazy. Yeah. That's a massive coincidence.
I know. So yeah, the fact that I've got a good routine already, and it's really helped me. And he's always thinking, "You bonkers, what are you getting up at this time for?" Because it gives me such a buzz, and I feel amazing in the day. And
it makes you excited. Like,
yeah,
you literally go to bed excited to get up and meditate and read. I know I do.
Yeah, and the journaling, I love it. And like I say, I put it on this morning for him in the car, and already he said that tomorrow I can put a like really upbeat song on when we first get up. So I'm getting him set. So I'm hoping that at some point he's gonna
Alexa.
I thought you were gonna pipe up then. So I'm just gonna check that I've covered the majority. So my last question, really, because we are in network marketing, and obviously it's really benefited me. Obviously, I'm still like early doors compared to yourself, but what advice would you give to anybody that is thinking that they want to give this a go, but maybe they've got that self-doubt? What advice would you give?
Just believe in yourself. Like, so many people have that negative self-talk, and the self-doubt creeps in, and they think, well, she's done it, and then they make all different types of excuses as to why she's had success. So they'll say, oh yeah, but she's had a head start and she did it 3 years ago and she's got followers, or whatever. Just don't talk yourself out of it and just believe. I always say there's only 1 or 2 ways things can go. They can either go right or they can go wrong. So they can either work or they don't work. So if you're constantly saying to yourself like, oh, but it's not going to work, and what if it doesn't happen for me? What if I can't do it? Well, flip it. What if it does work? What if it can work for you? What if you can start making crazy money? What if you do hit the car plan? What car are you going to get? What if you do hit the success holidays? Instead of always thinking the bad and expecting the bad things to happen, start expecting the good things to happen, and start thinking, well, what if it works out? What if I have success with this? What if I sell all these products and make an amazing profit? What if I can grow a massive team? You know, when I started 3 years ago, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I had no sales, no team. And at the time, I only had 450 followers on Instagram. So I genuinely was just that complete normal girl who was a complete newbie, didn't know what she was doing, but just saw an opportunity. So my biggest advice is just believe in yourself, believe in the opportunity that you've been handed, and just run with it and just see where you can go, and just don't give up. You've got to give it time. So many people don't give it enough time, and that was another thing that I spoke about on my podcast is, you know, people expect all these amazing things to happen within the space of like 3 months. Well, you're building a business from scratch. Like, it's going to take time. You've got to give it time to blossom like a little flower.
I love your seed analogy that you always give as well.
You don't eat fruit the day that you plant the seed.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for answering those questions. I really think that you're doing amazing things with your podcast and like just in life in general. So just keep absolutely smashing it. You're such an inspiration to watch, and like I just know
and you are smashing it as well.
I'm certainly trying. I'm getting there. I'm at that stage now where I'm seeing things starting to happen, and it's just I've just got to stay consistent now because I know the bigger things are coming. So, yeah. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.